Say slowly, no one should listen. This thing must have been lying in our ears and will also come out of our mouth. But the thing to think is that when this sentence comes out of our mouth and when it falls in our ears, because there are very few secrets that we do not want to let others fall in the ears. Often we are the cause of disturbance in the family ourselves. We can see this or not, but this is the real truth. Because unknown stupidity, we only tell our own things to others which should never tell us, and the same things that we had unknowingly told in front of someone else. It becomes the cause of our sorrow. That becomes the cause of our quarrel, and then later we regret that I should not have told this to anyone. My mistake was that I unknowingly told everyone this. That is why this Buddhist story of today is going to tell you. After listening to him, you will know such things together that never tell you anyone. These are the 7 things that do not tell you to tell anyone. I will also give you the argument behind this. And apart from these 7 things, if you feel that there is something that is such that I have not been left, or I could not tell, then definitely tell in the comment section. So let's start the story. One named Ramu in a city the young man lived. That young man was very poor, there was no money. He also had a lot of luck with him for 2 times. He was not getting any work even after searching day and night in search of some work. Then one day he told all his problem in front of his wife. He told his wife that even if I go to the living place, I do not give me work by saying that we do not need work here. I am tired of searching for work. I do not understand how I will fill the stomach of you. How will I keep my children, and this worry is being eaten day and night. Hearing this, his wife thought of something and said that you go to a man only once to ask for work, and when he does not work, you do not even go to him again. If you want to work with them, then you have to express sympathy. You have to get sympathy with them. You have to show your poverty so that those people consider your compulsion and hire you. So do not be ashamed. Tell them your compulsion, tell your poverty, and with this solution, you can get work. This thing sat in Ramu's brain, and the next day, he went to the same Seth to ask for work where he went to ask for work on the previous day. But this time he folded his hands and prayed to that Seth and pleaded with him that he is very poor and he needed a lot of work. Whatever they give him, they will be satisfied in it. But please do me at work here. Seeing his condition that Seth hired him here, he started going to work there every day. Inside there was that feeling that he got work, but he used to get less salary from other people. The same things that other people were doing were getting more salary, and it was getting less salary. When he told his Seth about this, Seth said, "Look, brother, you needed work. I gave you work instead of thanking me. You are complaining to me. What kind of Balwant literature is this?" Ramu became silent there. The matter was not true, it was true. Seth had given him work according to his compulsion, and that is why he used to pay him as per his own. But slowly he started telling this to his relatives and his friends as well. What kind of man is his Seth, and how much salary does he pay? Time passed and Ramu continued to do his work with full dedication, but now the circumstances had started changing. Seth now used to work more than other people than Ramu and give him less salary to him. This thing was very much lost to Ramu's mind. He is working hard than others and is getting less salary from them. This hurt his self-esteem very deeply. Now slowly his mind started to move away from his work. His mind did not seem to work. It is obvious that whose place is such a place. The mind will feel where the man has to compromise with his self-respect. That is why he left his work soon, and he came home and sat empty. Now he had no money left to run the house expenses. That is why he started asking for help from his real relatives and his friends. But his friends considered him a character of mercy in front of him, giving him comfort. But he used to make fun of him from behind. They say how stupid? Seth took so much work and did not even give money to the poor. Hey, if we give it money, it will not be able to return our money tomorrow. Its condition is such a work, it has nothing. Where will you bring the money from? And due to this, Ramu's condition was getting worse day by day. Now that day and night he started living in stress. The same friend, the same relative who used to pretend to be his own, he was considering him as a character of mercy. He was pitying him. Everyone used to come and give him a lot of knowledge, but no one helped, and often happens. Those who give knowledge are found a lot, but how many people meet those who help, hold their hands and hold their hands? Then one day, he came to know that in the neighboring village, a Buddhist monk has come, who is very knowledgeable. Ramu was so stressed that he could not see any way. That is why he reaches that Buddhist monk unknowingly. On reaching there, he falls directly into his feet and starts crying. He tells them all their circumstances, crying, weeping. He tells him how his Seth took advantage of him and how his relatives treat him. Buddhist monks, hearing all the things, said him silently that all these problems have arisen due to your stupidity. If you had conscience in you, then not one of these problems could have hurt your picture. But you have made thorns in your way due to your foolishness, due to your indiscretion. But today I am going to tell you such things with you which forgetting do not tell anyone. And following these things, you can remove the sorrows from outside, which emanates in you due to unnecessary world. First time, what should not be told to anyone is its compulsion. Never make the mistake of taking help of others by pretending to show their compulsion. It is possible that today they can help you by seeing your compulsion, but tomorrow he will not miss you from taking advantage of you tomorrow. And if you do not take advantage, then that man will never bow to others in front of others. That is why never pretend your compulsion. If there is 2 bread in the house, if there is dry bread, then eat the same and sleep, but others should not even get a clue about it. Just think yourself, what is the purpose of telling compulsion? A person either wants to attain sympathy from others or wants any financial help from them. But if you see both the circumstances, then another man will not miss you from taking advantage of you. And if he does not take advantage, then in his eyes, he will consider you as a fool. He will understand stupid and make a joke in front of others. That is why never tell anyone about your compulsion. The second thing that should not be told to anyone is the mistakes of their past and future strategies. Just think that if we tell the mistakes of our past to someone else, then what will be its effect? Those mistakes cannot be corrected. Obviously, what is the purpose of telling them? You are telling your dark side to the world yourself. You are telling your mistakes in front of others. With this, one of your character will happen in the eyes of that man, and he will always see you from the same perspective in future. That is why do not form your character in the eyes of any man. And just think that you are telling your future strategies to others in vain. What is the use of those who are not part of your work, their future strategies in front of them? Those people will not help you, but your future strategy can definitely become an obstacle in this way. Use your conscience yourself, and think that this has happened to you too. Have you told your future strategy to anyone and it has not been successful? Must have happened? Just think carefully. The third thing that should not be told to anyone is the talk of your house. Whoever talks inside our house, with our parents, with our wife, those things should be limited to the family. If you beat these things in front of others, then others get a chance to enter your house, and he will never miss out on taking advantage of it. He will try to take your family members away from you. It often happens in the society that we give those quarrels to our neighbors and other relatives to reduce our home quarrels, but you would never get help from this. But the fights of your home would have increased more, and they will obviously grow. If you talk about your parents, if you tell others, your parents will feel bad that our son is telling these things to others without telling us. That is why the talk of your house and the fight of your house, do not tell in front of anyone. The next thing I am going to tell you. What should not be told to anyone can look very strange to hear, but I will also give you the truth through one argument. I say do not tell your income to anyone. Now, what is the purpose behind not telling your income? Just think that you tell your income to your friends. Then when your friends need, they will only remember you because they know that if your income is better, then you can help them. And that's why more people will ask for help from you. And when you do not help them, they will think that this man has money, can help me. But this is not helping, and that is why your income is a quarrel between you two friends. The reason may be, if there is less income, then people will make fun, and if they are more, then if they ask for help, then there is no purpose to tell their income. The next garden that I am going to tell you to take your gats and do not tell anyone. Their weakness and their strength often do not know what his weakness or strength is. But if you know your weakness and your strength, then the first thing, you are a very intelligent man. And secondly, you do not have to share these things with anyone, because if you know about the weaknesses of others, so they will take advantage of your weaknesses. And if your strength is known, then the same strength will become your weakness, because that strength is known to another man, and he will also find a bed of strength. Your weakness and your strength should not be told to your wife or your husband, because after this you will always have to be buried in the house. The next thing that should not be told to anyone is your friend and your enemy. If you tell other people about your friends so they can cheat you by making your own friends, you can try to remove your deep friends from you. Often the common man does not do this, but your enemies can try to do this. And on the other hand, no one should know your enemy, because today if you are your friend, if he becomes your enemy tomorrow, then he together with your enemy, you can defeat you, you can cheat. That is why I want to say the next and last thing to my best friends about my enemy, that when you donate, do not tell anyone about donations, otherwise donating becomes meaningless, becomes useless. When you beat your donation, you are telling how big a donor I am, and it will create an ego in you. That is why donations are made secretly, the more good it is. When you are donating your left hand, you do not even know the right hand. These 7 things are donating the left hand, which the Buddhist monk told Ramu. All the principles of the world are hidden in them. Following these things, you can create happiness and peace in your house, and the quarrels of the house can overcome forever. If you think about these things with your discretion, then you will know these things true. And the purpose of telling our story is that your conscience should be awakened. Think about those things yourself. What we are telling you, and if we are wrong, then you must tell the thing in the comment section on which we are wrong. And if you know anything, then you will definitely put those things in the comment section. Friends, I hope you have got to learn a lot from this video. If you are new, do not forget to subscribe to this channel to join us.